Good morning, class. Today we are going to start our predicting unit. We're going to start with day one, predicting with the whales. Let me share my screen here. Okay, and our team cooperation goal is going to be everyone participates. So when everyone participates, that means that they participate in class discussions, that they share whether they disagree or agree with things, and they also give evidence for their opinions. Okay, so our reading skill is going to be all about predicting. We're going to learn what a prediction is and how to use information and text features to predict what a story is about. Predicting can help us understand literature. Literature is stories. Predictions are guesses about what might happen in the story, like what will happen to the characters, how the story problem will be resolved, or how the story will end. I bet you already know how to predict. We predict all the time in our everyday lives. For example, if you went to the library and saw a book that was written by your favorite author, you might predict that you'd enjoy reading that book. When we make predictions, we use clues. A clue is a piece of information. Seeing your favorite author's name on a book was a clue that you'd enjoy reading the book. Let's make a prediction right now. Let's pretend that you have a dog named Spike. Spike is a very friendly dog. The only time you have ever heard Spike bark is when he sees the garbage truck. Every time he sees the garbage truck, Spike barks. On your way home, you see a garbage truck coming down the street. What do you predict will happen? Think about it. Maybe you think Spike will bark because it says the clue that helped us make that prediction would be seeing the garbage truck coming down the street. What do you know about Spike that made you predict that he would bark? Well, it says right there that he always barks when he sees a garbage truck. You predicted what would happen by combining a clue, seeing the garbage truck with something you know about Spike. How would you know if your prediction came true? Well, if you heard Spike actually bark at the truck. If something you predicted would happen did happen, you know your prediction came true. Good readers make predictions too. They think about what they're reading. They ask themselves what might happen next. They look for clues. Sometimes they find clues in the title. Sometimes they find a clue in something that a character said or did. They read to find out whether their predictions come true. Predicting is fun. When we predict, we think more about what we're reading, and thinking about the story can help us understand it better. I'll bet predicting will make us even better readers. Okay, let's look at our questions for today. So we're going to be watching a video about a boy named Nick, and these questions are going to be in there. So according to Nick, what is a prediction? How do Nick and the whales predict what Silly to the Rescue will be about? Molly predicts that Silly will rescue a little dolphin. What clues does she use? And then what is your prediction about this story? Explain your clues. So we're going to be looking for a prediction for that one. Okay, so we are going to watch this DVD about a boy named Nick. He and his family just moved to a new town. Nick has to change schools when he moves. Have you ever had to change schools because your family has moved? Was it hard to come to a new school? Do you predict that it's going to be hard for Nick? I think it will be hard for him too. Nick doesn't know anyone at his school, and the students there have already learned to make predictions about stories. Nick doesn't know anything about predicting, so the students on the whales team are going to help him out. Luckily for us, we can learn more about predicting along with Nick. I am going to stop here and do a second video so that way we can play that part one.